Good morning, everyone. It's Dan with E-Bike Nation. Welcome to my channel. Out riding in this beautiful 60-degree temperatures at 8 o'clock in the morning. A ride down the trail and talk about some new things that are coming out this year in the e-bike world. Some really neat things being released on longer battery life on bikes. Longer but faster bikes as well is coming out. And sometimes the faster bikes does not mean that's a good thing. A lot of you viewers want to see faster bikes. If they keep increasing the speed on these bikes, the regulations are for sure to happen sooner than later. So I am not a proponent of faster bikes. I'm a proponent for bikes with more range and bikes with better quality components built them on it at a much lower price than what we're seeing on some of these bikes. I mean, I've noticed some brands out there that are not coming down on their price whatsoever. Now, does that mean they're selling the bikes and they're selling very well? Is that what that means? That's got something to do with it. I mean, I'm riding a Rusher Komodo today, and this thing has been priced at $16.99 for the last 2 years. So it's not come down at all in price. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Rusher Ovia, the Rusher Ranger, which I own them two bikes as well, they are also not coming down in price at all. I guess Rusher is content and happy with their sales and their profit margins on their bikes, I'm assuming. I'm going to put you on hold just a second here. I'm going to see if I can lift these handlebars up a little bit more, get a little better distance feel on the handlebars. So bear with me just a second. Sorry about that, folks. I had to adjust my handlebars in some. They just didn't feel quite right. They may have slipped on a ride or something, so now I don't have to reach for them near like I did. So I have not had this one out in a while. I have noticed on this bike, and I've had this bike for about two and a half years now, and both of my batteries do not get near the range that they used to. So I'm thinking that I've used the battery so much the last 2 years that I'm starting to see some degradation in the battery even from a full charge. So again, that happens when you ride, you know, for a couple years on particular batteries, and you're going to see those things start wearing down a lot more often than they should. It's 8 o'clock in the morning and we got a lot of work traffic coming through here, so bear with me. Well, we've had a beautiful last few days. Supposed to cool down again tomorrow, then supposed to jump back up in the 50s and the 60s. So for the end of February in Southwest Ohio to get those kind of temperatures, you better take it. We get that false security in late February of springtime, and then boom, you're liable to get a foot of snow. You just don't know. Yeah, of all the e-bikes that I own, this is still probably my favorite. This was my first e-bike that I purchased. Well, the second one that I purchased. I bought a Aerial Rider Rydell, and I rode 2,600 miles on that bike, and then I decided to get another bike, and then this one came into the lineup. I've done a lot of work on this bike. I put on new tires on it, new hydraulic brakes. The other tires I just wore out. With all the mileage I put on it, I put about 1,900 miles so far on this bike. So sooner or later, you're going to be changing things on it. I had the derailleur changed on it. I had hydraulic brakes, tires. So I've done quite a bit to the bike so far. But I thoroughly love riding this bike. There is no doubt about it. It just doesn't get the mileage that it used to on a full charge. So I'm contemplating buying another battery for this bike. I may do a blend on the batteries into the controller. I'm not sure yet. I'm trying to figure out which is the least expensive way to go. Rather just buy an additional battery or blend another battery in. Like I said, I do have two batteries for this bike, but they both have about the same charge usage on them, shall I say. I mean, I've only come about not quite 2.5 miles, and I've already used 6% of my battery, so now that could be some voltage sag there. So I don't take this bike on near as long as the rides as I used to. Back to some of these bikes that are coming out, I see a lot more trikes coming on the market. I'm supposed to get a couple next month in from a couple manufacturers. So I'm looking forward to reviewing those for you guys. A lot more cargo bikes, I believe, are coming out. And certainly a lot more companies on the market than there used to be. With that said, you're also going to see, if these regulations start popping up in all these states that we're seeing already, in New Jersey, New Hampshire, California, New York, of course, there's legislation out. They haven't passed some official bike laws, but it's coming. And what I see happening is, if regulations start hitting, you won't see near the e-bikes on the out and about like you see now. Or they're going to strictly regulate everything we do. And I blame that on a lot of people buying these e-bikes and getting them up to 40, 45 mile an hour and driving recklessly on bike trails. I attribute all of that to these regulations that are coming. I will keep you guys updated on anything I see coming. I'll try to keep up with other states' regulations so I can share them with you guys as well. This is going on my 3rd year of e-biking, and I thoroughly love it. It's just a great way to get out and exercise and enjoy all the beauty. I plan on visiting some different areas this year, putting my bike on my truck, and we're going to ride some different trails. I've ridden so many of these now where I want to change it up a little bit. It did help when I incorporated my drone into the mix. People got to see the bike and see the vantage point a little differently, and me just riding, and you guys see in the front of the trail. Again, I've got my backpack on with the camera on the strap again. That seems to be the best view for you guys from the feedback that I'm getting. But I'm certainly excited to see these different style bikes coming out. I'm certainly wish we'd see a lot more 24-inch e-bikes coming out instead of 20 and 26. We've all hollered about that, and all us influencers have hollered about that to these bike companies, that the public wants to see more variety in sizes. So we're hoping that's coming. My drone will do okay today. It's pretty windy out today. Again, I only fly that in wide open spaces. I don't fly it on the trail anymore too much. I'm hoping my DJI mic is suppressing a lot of this wind noise that I'm feeling coming into the camera as well. And it usually does a pretty good job. Got some repair videos coming up and some interesting things that I got planned for this year. Trying to change things up a little bit to keep the content fresher and let you guys see some different things that we're doing. It got up to like 72 degrees, 71 yesterday, really nice. I did not get a chance to get out and ride yesterday. I had some things going on at church and Had an ice machine being delivered to our church pantry, and I had to be there for that. And a couple other things. I had to get some running done yesterday. And I'll be going out and volunteering at a food pantry this afternoon as well, where we get all of our food for our church pantry. I volunteer there every now and then, so they can always use volunteers to help them out. So we partnered with this ministry, this food ministry, where they can give us so much food a month, and we can help the kids and stuff that we support at an elementary school. We call it the KIND program. And they come to our church on Wednesday night and get a hot meal, and then we send home groceries with them. But they also do homework and do have some activities they do at church, and then we send them home with some groceries. So we try to do much of that as we can. Next video I think I put out was the Ovia. You might call it the sister to this bike. This was the first one they brought out, and they brought another 20-inch out, but it had a 52 volt, 19 amp hour battery, where this one's got a 48 volt, 14 amp hour battery. So they beefed it up, you may say. It's got very good shocks on it, front and rear suspension. We're getting ready to come across some bumps here that this bike handles it fairly easily. I'll be pulling off right up here at the parking lot where the food blessing box is, and we'll start a new video, but I want to get some drone out if I can, if it'll handle this wind, and see if we can get a little drone footage as well. So, but certainly I want to thank you guys for riding along with us on this first segment, and share and like the video, and hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification, of course, and I will see you guys on the next video.